Teen kicked out of prom for bizarre reason. Prom is something a lot of girls, albeit American teenagers, because Britain doesn't really understand the concept of prom, dream about. The dress, the date, the corsage, but for one girl it was hardly a dream night. She was asked to leave because chaperones, quote, deemed her too attractive and wouldn't stop staring at her. 17-year-old Claire had brought her prom dress specifically for the occasion, ensuring she stuck to the dress length guidelines set for the event, which stated dresses should reach at least the fingertips of the person wearing it. However, she was stopped by a female chaperone as soon as she got to her prom, telling her that her dress was too short, even though it met the appropriate regulations. Writing on her sister's blog, she said, "I tried to help her understand by saying I just have long legs, everything looks short on me, but it is fingertip length I just showed you." To which she responded begrudgingly, "Okay, but you need to be careful and just keep pulling it down, but not too far." I was annoyed with her pettiness, especially because I'd been so careful with their rules, but I said yes ma'am and went to the ballroom. When she finally got into her prom, Claire wrote that she was grossed out by all the dads on the balcony, ogling and talking amongst themselves. Shortly after, she was informed by another woman that some of the male chaperones had complained that her dancing was provocative and that she was going to cause the young men at the prom to think impure thoughts. This is starting to sound very Scarlet Letter. As she was escorted out of the senior prom by security, Claire quite rightly felt disrespected and violated, and admitted that her friends shouted profanities and she herself personally flipped them off, to which she later responded, "I'm putting this part in the story because I want everyone who reads this to know that we shouldn't have reacted so immaturely to their unfair and disrespectful actions, and we're all adult enough to admit that." But what I want to know is if the people involved in this situation at the Richmond homeschool prom are adult enough to own up to their wrong actions as well, and refund my group as they verbally promised to do, and issue an apology for kicking me out my senior prom because their husbands felt as though my body was something they had a right to control. Claire's handling of this matter is absolutely highlighting the immaturity of a handful of men who couldn't control themselves for a night to let this girl enjoy her own prom. As she states at the bottom of her post, one of a plethora of problems why getting kicked out for this misogynistic reason is that it's ridiculous to blame someone because men over twice her age can't control their own urges. I was told that the way I dressed and moved my body was causing men to think inappropriately about me, implying that it is my responsibility to control other people's thoughts and drives. I'm so tired of people who abuse their power to make women feel violated and ashamed because she has an ass or has breasts or long legs, Claire continues. Thanks to a group of dads who couldn't trust themselves to control their urges when surrounded by their daughter's peers, they turned a supposedly fun night for an innocent 17-year-old teenager into a sexist experience.